Okay, so this is number 8 from your review. And essentially this is just going to give us two different expressions here. I'm going to do them in two separate videos because sometimes these can get a little bit big. But for 8a, we basically have the cotangent of pi by 4 multiplied by cos of pi by 3, divided by the cos of pi by 3 multiplied against the cosecant of pi by 2. Okay, and so when I start these problems, I always go to the place where like the terminal arm, it's telling me to draw the terminal arm. So in the top, we have pi by 4. So I'm just going to draw pi by 4 in the top. Okay, pi by 4 is, it's not the scale, but 45 degrees. Okay. And so your side lengths for pi by 4 are going to be root 2 and 1 and 1. Okay. And so essentially what we're going to do is we have in the numerator, we have cotangent. And so I know that the tan of pi by 4 is just going to be 1 over 1. Okay. And cotangent would be the inverse, which doesn't change for this one, right? So the cotangent of pi by 4 is going to still just be 1 over 1. So I have 1 over 1 there. Okay, divided by. Now I'm going to draw the triangle for pi by 3. So pi by 3 is going to be 60 degrees. Okay, try to draw it a little bit better this time. 60 degrees. It should look like this. So this is pi by 3, 60 degrees. That'd be pi by 6. We know that opposite of pi by 6, since pi by 6 is the smallest angle, that's going to be 1. That's going to be root 3, and that's going to be 2. So the cos of pi by 3. The cos of pi by 3 is going to equal adjacent over hypotenuse, right? And so we're going to get 1/2. So we got 1/2 in the bottom. And then the cosecant of pi by 2. Okay, the cosecant of pi by 2. Okay, well, where's pi by 2? So pi by 2 is actually 90 degrees. And so if you reference the unit circle, right, and we swing this kind of radius of 1 all the way around, we start producing these points, right? And you would have seen that this is the point 0, 1. Okay. And this would be -1, 0, and 0, -1, and then 0, 1. Okay, and we learned that the sine component was the y component, much like in physics, and cosine is going to be the x component. And so when it asks for the cosecant of pi by 2, well, the sine of pi by 2, is going to equal 1. Okay, and again, the cosecant of pi by 2 then is going to be the inverse, which is 1 over 1 again. And so you essentially get this. Okay, we get 1 over 1/2. Okay, which if I bring up and multiply by the reciprocal, I get 1 times 2 over 1. And I essentially get 2 for this answer. Okay, so that's it. I'll do question B in a separate video. Okay.